Warning, this show has outdated attitudes, language, and views which may cause offense today. If you don't like it, suck it.
This video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, that was delayed. Hello, everybody. This is going to be a little weird this morning. I am on my mobile phone. Obviously, my icon is missing the Loki flare it normally has. I woke up without any internet this morning. So group effort has been absolutely outstanding. Thank you to Canuck and to Sam and to Bird and to Dave Bob for helping me out this morning.
You're welcome.
Are still working on getting me up and online. I don't know exactly what the problem still is because it shows I have a connection, but I still do not have internet. So I'm basically running around my condo, resetting everything on my mobile phone, trying to stay logged in.
Oh, jeez.
What a shit show, though.
That was awful.
Well, first of all, let me say no problem, Loki. We always got your back. And
Yep.
Secondly, oh my God.
Did who the fuck wrote this?
Oh,
Sure, it was a group effort.
Gilmore
Vince
Girls.
Russo, that's who wrote this shit.
Whoever was credited with it, is the one that should take the blame, though. Jesus,
Alex
that was
Kurtzman.
bad.
Alex Kurtzman should take the blame. They're getting a 4th season of this shit?
Apparently so. I mean,
I
it's unbelievable.
New uniforms, new captain, everything's rocking.
Yeah.
all that Picard money.
Yep.
All that Picard money got him new uniforms, a new captain, new running lights. I saw the neon lights on the nacelles. I was absolutely wow.
Actually, there's only one writer credited to this episode, Michelle Paradise.
Yeah, that's what I saw when it started.
Yeah.
You can tell with all the hallway feel scene. I want to tell you, folks, you're not going to believe how big the Discovery is. They have cavernous, just cavernous.
Huge.
I mean, it's like a Death Star, really. I mean, the inside of that place is bigger than the Death Star.
There's an entire city between the decks where the turbo lifts magically float, creating their own corridors as they go.
Yep.
And you can jump from turbo lift to turbo lift They
Yeah,
now have glass ceilings, so you can blast your way into
Yeah.
them.
and the warp core.
And they'll move with the doors open because that's not a safety hazard or anything.
Yeah.
Wait. So when we saw them in those turbo lifts, that was inside Discovery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Oh
supposed to be
yeah,
inside
yeah. That's
Discovery.
all inside Discovery.
Yeah.
That's a Galaxy class starship. Isn't that big?
But we saw this in season 2. This is when we first got those scenes of that all that empty space where the turbo lifts. They're not going up and down shafts anymore.
Yeah.
They're literally going through empty space where there's other spaceships inside that empty space floating around
Yep.
doing things. I don't know where it fits. I mean, because all the quarters have windows. So it's not between the hull and the outside of the ship. And there's not a hell of a lot of room anywhere else, but
The fifth dimension,
it's,
I guess.
it's magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You-
magic.
You enter a turbo lift and it takes you into a different world. Like
And it's
It's
not
the TARDIS.
the
It's the
future.
TARDIS. I know what it is. It's the TARDIS.
TARDIS.
Well, you could say in the future that they had, because remember Daniels on Enterprise, he had a box that was bigger on the inside than the outside.
Yeah.
And there was even a spaceship from the future that was bigger on the inside than the outside. But we saw this in season 2. So that was 23rd century tech that still had it the same way. It's not new
Yeah.
because it's the future.
Right.
It was built this way.
And a big hail to Az over at Heels versus Babyface. Welcome, Az. This was shit.
It was shit. Yeah.
A complete, utter pile of shit.
It wasn't even good shit like it was last week.
So you
Yeah.
can
It was
make
better.
apples from shit. This is worse.
oh,
I don't understand how there's going to be another season of this shit. I don't understand how there was this season of this shit. Is CBS just made of money now?
Apparently so.
Because they're not making any money off of any of this.
Hey,
There's-
there's Michael Burnham.
How
don't
are they
need
getting funded for this? Who the fuck is paying for this?
We are. If we have subscriptions to CBS All Access.
I think they're still using some of that Netflix money they hoarded from the first season.
From the first season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you might be right. That and the Picard money, like everybody said.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nah, they just found a money mark. That's all.
right? Did they find a good mark? The
Yeah,
Psychodwarf,
found a
the
money mark.
Psychodwarf 9 with a $2 super chat. Let's hear it for failing upward. You know it. Oh my God. Thank you, Psychodwarf 9.
Upwards, sideways, backwards, and
Yeah, they just fail all over the place,
and
Like, oh,
how
okay.
long? Okay, my question is, how long were they without air? Because some bitch, they're still alive. Every last one of those bastards, even the one that dropped the bomb. What the fuck?
Yeah, and she can hold her breath for 10 minutes, and she never held her breath.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I kept waiting for her to hold her breath. I'm like, bitch, you just bragged about how long you could hold your breath, and you're sitting there
Gasping.
gasping for air.
Well, talk, no action, apparently.
Apparently so. Well, we got a lot of that on Discovery, don't we?
What we saw Burnham spin through space without a suit and open her eyes, and that would immediately had her eyeballs sucked out. The oxygen would have been pulled out through her eyeballs. So this oh well, I can hold my breath, and then gasping for air the second she walked through that force field isn't that much of a leap in imagination.
Right.
And then they did the Anakin scene from the prequels.
Oh, jumping from the turbo.
Yeah, turbo lift.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
was waiting
yeah.
for,
Okay.
Obi-Wan to go, I hate when he does that.
Yeah.
Oh.
This weapon is your life, Michael Burnham.
Oy vey.
I'm sorry, master, but you're not my master because no one's my master because I'm the master of everything.
And I guess now all of that 100,000 years of data from that sphere is small enough to fit in one of them little robots at the end, because that's all they had left after their charge.
Yeah, I was going to say, what happened to all three of them?
Yeah.
Well, you know, you just zip drived it. No big deal.
No, zip drive. Oh my God.
They have about as much writing ability or even cohesiveness in their own story that they can't even tell a straight story anymore. I mean, it's just everything is contrived. So contrived it's pathetic.
Well, at least they didn't kill off Saru. They just
No, yeah, that's true. They didn't kill him off.
Well, who would have ever guessed that Simple Jack is the one who caused the burn?
Burn.
Yeah.
Simple Jack from Tropic Thunder caused the burn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Precisely.
He got scared because he saw his mommy die.
Yep.
Yeah. That just is like, what? We've got a $2 super chat from Steven Seagal Fat Steven Seagal beat up Hidalgo. Thank you, Fat Steven. He said, this is a Conan request for Lady Miss Morning All. I have to get the boss's permission to play that.
Play it. Play anything. Play anything.
Okay.
Touch anything. Guys, I'm on my mobile. My phone's dying. I've been on the phone with my ISP provider all morning. I am so sorry. Everyone, this is a group effort. Everyone is chipping in for this episode because I can't get on the internet.
Divine intervention. Even God went, hell no.
No, Loki, no, your head will explode if you watch this.
Yeah. Okay, so give me a second. Let me play that Conan skull for Lady Mist. So, skull!
No.
Thank you, Lady Mist. Thanks, guys. Oh my God. We got a $5 super chat from Eris of Chaos. I'm pulling this up right now. Thank you, Eris. Don't be silly. Corporations don't need money, Loki. Money is an evil thing, and clearly they hate it if they're green lighting season 4.
Oh, God. Just burn. You know what? Give us the money. Give us the money. Give everybody in the U.S. $1. That's more productive than making any more of this shit.
There's another 2 super chats, Sammy. One from
there
are. Palpatine and Psychodwarf 9.
Oh, I found the one from Psychodwarf 9. Let me find Pod Racing Palpatine. So, come on. Show. Thank you. £1.99 super chat. It just says Crom.
Crom.
Thank you, Dave Bob, for pointing that out to me. And Psychodwarf 9 with a $2 super chat. Disgracery equals alligator mouth, hummingbird, ass.
Faux show.
Oh my God.
That is no lie.
Unbelievable. So aside from all,
I guess in season 4, the Kelpian that they saved from the planet gets to use the line, "You won't like me when I'm angry. Don't make me angry."
Yeah. I think supposedly since they got him away from the dilithium planet, he's not going to be able to explode anymore.
Oh, okay.
well,
that is the biggest giant ball of horse shit I have ever heard. The giant ball of dilithium, the planet that was created of dilithium.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Grown. Yeah, it's
Now,
Dracula's pig.
I know we jumped all over this episode already.
Yeah.
But if you remember, at the end of the episode, basically Discovery's mission, its new mission under Captain Michael Burnham, is that it's going to jump the dilithium all around the Federation and the non-Federation worlds. And Van says, because listen, these worlds have waited long enough. Discovery can get them dilithium in no time. They started mining the nebula. So the theory is they jump to the nebula, they get the dilithium, then they jump to these far off planets, give them dilithium, and so the whole Federation can get back going again. But the very last scene before they end it, Discovery warps away instead of jumps away.
Yes.
I get
Yeah.
why they did it, because it's much nicer to see it warp away and then play that traditional Trek music.
Ugh.
But the whole point was to jump.
Yeah.
And the whole point was to jump. And from last
and-
week, when we thought they blew up the spore chamber, I mean, she did. She put a
Yeah.
bomb in the spore chamber to blow a hole so that Stamets could get sucked out. It looked like the whole spore drive was destroyed. No, this week it was perfectly fine. There wasn't even a hole in the wall anymore. Perfectly restored to normal. So, we thought Stamets was the only person who could use the
Yeah, I
spore
was just about
drive.
to say that.
Yep.
Well, that's because we didn't think about Book.
Yeah, you didn't
Book's
think
a-
about
Book's
the
an empath. He's got feelings.
W champion. I mean, he can do anything. God
He's
damn.
got feelings, so he can. And Aurelio, the only person left on the ship, just because sheer luck, Michael Burnham didn't say, beam all of Osiris' crew into space. She just beamed the regulators off. She didn't beam anyone else off. So Aurelio was there to tell him, yeah, I think Book can probably do it. And with no training whatsoever, Book can just operate the spore drive.
Well, he
Yeah.
reaches out with his fifis and he convinces the spore drive to cooperate with him.
Well, that immediately makes Book's entire species very valuable to the Federation.
Yep.
You know his brother is an empath.
Yep.
And there might
Yeah.
be some others, and they could probably clone him if they needed to. So you would think the Federation would start working on another jump drive ship and get his brother to work it or something.
Well, it could also, that super smart scientist, he can, figure something out. He said he can figure out how he can grow another tardigrade. So, I mean, hey, they got all kinds of options now.
Yeah, that's true. And Psychodwarf 9 with a $2 super chat. Disgracery Season 4, The Search for Brain Cells.
I think I lost plenty of them just watching this one episode.
Same. I didn't even change the background from Doctor Who. All my brain cells are just fried after watching this.
Isn't there like something in the Geneva Conventions against this shit?
I think there might be.
I think there's something in there. I gotta reread them and. Oy.
Yeah, the only way they could grow a good script is for them to just not do this anymore. I'm with Chris Persia. You're just asking for too much now.
So
just
there's
made
a
this
scene. Sorry.
Go ahead.
There's a scene where Michael Burnham is rescuing Book from medical bay, and she turns on a quarantine force field.
Yeah.
Right, emergency quarantine force field. She hits it really quick, turns on. Now it blocks Osiris people from being able to get to them, but it's a quarantine force field, and it's completely open at the back. They just
Back.
walk out the back door.
Yeah.
what the hell is the point of a quarantine force field if it's only got one wall?
I mean, I remember from TNG quarantine force fields only being around the bed, the biobed
Yeah.
itself. So how did she manage to wall off, half the freaking room?
If you're going to
With an
put up
exit.
it should
With an exit.
it shouldn't. It should go to it should be at least around her and him.
Yeah, exactly.
They should be trapped, not everybody else.
Yeah.
Right.
That's not how quarantines work.
Yeah. Also, a quarantine field, wouldn't it keep stuff inside the quarantine field? And she was shooting through it and hitting them,
Right.
but they couldn't shoot through it the other way. I mean, it's totally backwards.
They don't know how quarantines work.
What
but I guess
happened
not
to-
many.
What happened to exploring strange new worlds, seeking out new life and new civilizations, boldly
Season
going
4,
where
Loki.
no one has gone before?
That ended. That ended with Enterprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
That's
I'm
Star
feeling
Trek.
a rewatch of TNG coming on.
that is
Well, they
Star Trek.
visited one new world and they found one guy on it. Hey, there you go.
There you go.
I think the worst scene in this episode is Burnham and Captain Reds. Dear
We're
God.
seeking out new genders
Yeah.
and new pronouns
Oh yeah. Now you can also
where
see.
no they has gone before.
Yeah. Now you can see
Oh, yeah.
her imaginary friend. Now she's
Yeah.
And he's Vulcan.
Magic.
yeah.
Just the holodeck magic. Gray has a body again, and then Gray didn't want to give it up.
Nope.
Yep.
Gray had a conniption about, oh my God, I can't go back to being imaginary again.
Inside you. Yeah. I can't go
There's
back
a joke
to being
in there
inside
somewhere.
You. I can't go back to being inside you. You're
I hate you.
Yeah.
You're not my girlfriend anymore.
God.
But she's not a girl. She doesn't identify as a
Yeah.
It's they.
They is his they friend, not girlfriend. Jeez. Multiple personality disorder is what we call it. But
They were so in love as 14 years old. Who would ever have thought it wouldn't work out?
Oh my god. Well, we're forgetting about the epic battle between Osira and Burnham too.
Oh
we
yeah.
did that.
Yeah.
sideways quicksand.
Oh yeah,
So there's
shoves
just
her
a
into the
wall.
You know,
So they
I
go to
almost
the computer
come
core.
out as a Borg.
The big battle takes place in the computer core, where Michael Burnham had to Tarzan swing between different turbo lifts to find one she could reprogram to take her to the computer core, the central core. And she knew there'd be people waiting for her. Of course, it was Osira and one of her general guards.
Yeah.
So they kill the guard quick enough. So it's just her and Osira. And apparently there's just a wall of programmable matter there for no apparent reason.
Yep.
Just so that Osira could push Michael into it.
Into it.
And she gets covered up by this programmable matter like it's quicksand.
Yeah.
But it's horizontal. And
Yep.
so Osira just pushes her in and assumes she's dead. And then, of course, Michael shoots her through the wall. Perfect headshot. Osira is dead. Michael comes out, spits out some programmable matter she swallowed,
Yeah.
and then proceeds to say, unlike you, I never quit or I never give up.
I
To
never
the
give
dead
up, yeah.
body of Osira
Yeah.
before going and actually rebooting the computer.
And literally, Michael Burnham, before this, she was limping so bad she couldn't hardly stand.
Oh yeah.
But when she
Yeah.
got into the computer core, she was like a spider monkey on crack.
Yep. Forgot all about that leg injury.
Oh yeah. Forgot all about it. We never even saw it. Haven't seen it since sick bay.
Tell you, one of
That
the
was-
things that upset me the most was and because this was 100% predictable, this episode, at least to
Yes.
me. Last episode, Michael makes that emergency SOS to Navarre, to her mother.
Yeah.
So we knew they were coming. Okay. What only surprised me was how quickly they got there. And not even quickly meaning like in time, but quickly in like the first 10 minutes of the episode.
Right.
They are already showing up. And like Michael made that, and there was no time between the two episodes. This episode started exactly where the first one finished, right in the middle of a fight. They're just about to start fighting the Federation ships versus Osira. So there was no time delay. So how did ships from Navarre get to the Federation at regular warp in like,
Yeah.
I don't know, 30 minutes?
If that, yeah.
Yeah, if that. And I went back to Unification Part 3
Yeah.
and confirmed that Saru was told that no Federation ship had visited Navarre in over a century. So Navarre can't be like next door to the Federation. Navarre has to be, a long ways
Yeah.
at warp speed.
Got to be
And
one
yet,
of the
in this
courier-
episode, I doubt the Vulcans used the courier network.
Yeah.
That would be
even
illogical.
Couriers don't use courier network.
Yeah.
Real quick, Snow Dove Music and Entertainment with $2 super chat. Much love, my friends. Tuck and roll and skull. You got it, Snow Dove. Thank you, sweetheart. We appreciate that. But there's no way. Yeah, there's no way that they would use the courier network. Yeah, you're right, Bert. It's completely illogical. But how did they get there so quickly?
And even if they did, the courier network is still not instant travel.
No.
It should still just take them, maybe a couple of days instead of 6 weeks.
Instead of 6 weeks. Yeah. And Broken Entertainment says new Vulcan.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about that. I completely honestly forgot about Navarre. I brain farted that. I'm like, what are they talking about Navarre? Oh, that's right, because Vulcan was destroyed. That's right.
Or not
No,
destroyed,
Vulcan
they
wasn't
just renamed
destroyed.
it.
Romulus was destroyed. They changed their name to Navarre
Yeah.
when the
Oh,
Romulans came to
geez.
live there.
Okay, I thought it was because of the Vulcan explosion in
No.
Star Trek.
Just name change. Different branding. That's all.
Yeah.
New
Oh,
brand.
This is one of the many Spider Verses.
yeah. It's starting to get a little out of control. I mean, not starting, it just is, but Drunk 3PO's loaf of bread with a $2 Canadian super chat. Feel grained this morning. They wouldn't butter me. Okay. That's so weird. Unbelievable.
So
But-
now does Captain Tilly become Burnham's first officer now?
I think she's back to being an ensign.
At the end of the episode, she was certainly the first officer.
Yeah.
So I assume she's the
Yeah.
full-time first officer now.
So she's
Michael
been promoted
Burnham
from ensign then to like a lieutenant or whatever.
yeah, I would
doubt
say so.
Okay. I didn't notice them
I
looking
mean,
at
they didn't.
hips
I
on her
didn't. They
shoulders.
didn't make any scene of it.
Yeah.
But
But they did have 50 new uniforms.
Oh yeah.
that was it.
Yeah,
They got
new
their
uniforms.
new future uniforms finally. And of course, the lieutenant now, Haysill, the guy from the very first episode of the season who was waiting 40 years for
Yeah.
Michael Burnham to show up.
With the Tweety
He
Bird
finally got an official commission.
Yeah.
They were congratulating him on becoming a lieutenant. 40 years waiting, you get to become an official lieutenant. And Adira had joined the Starfleet too, because at the
Starfleet,
end,
yeah.
Adira had a Starfleet uniform.
Mhm.
So I guess they just gave her a battlefield commission or whatever.
Yeah.
Since I'm sure she didn't go to Starfleet Academy in
Yeah.
the intern.
Well, you know,
Book was the only one without a uniform.
yeah. Well, you know, Brainiacs always get commissions. They don't have to do anything. I'm surprised they didn't have that super smart doctor, you know, that was in the wheelchair. Him be
Rulio, yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't add him to the bridge crew. I mean, why wouldn't they? They add everybody else to the bridge.
He'll be having a threesome with Stamets and the other Brainiac child, and have a brain off.
Oh my God. What a train wreck.
And I guess her imaginary friend now has a holo emitter because everybody could see her.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't understand that. That was so.
So they went to Voyager, took the doctors. He didn't need it anymore.
I don't think we saw Gray. I don't think anybody else had seen Gray at the end yet. I think that's something they're going to have to work on.
Yeah. But that didn't really make much sense to me. I mean, Gray dissolved, once they turned off the holo emitter. So are they going to try to bring back Gray in season 4?
That's what that's what they told her, Gray, him. They promised Gray that they were going to work on a way to make him visible to everyone again.
Mm-hmm. So like an EMH?
I guess.
Okay.
That would make the most sense since the hologram seems to be a way of doing it.
Yeah. I mean, they have the hologram, truth teller dude, and they have the hologram advisor and everything else. So why not have a hologram of a former lover? Okay, fine. Makes sense to me. Sure.
I mean, I guess the question is, where's the program stored?
Yeah. I mean, the only place the program is stored is in Adira's brain, or in Adira's symbiote.
Maybe they can make a golem body like they did in Picard.
Oh, God. Yeah. Ugh. But I hope not. I really hope not.
They got quite a few more centuries of technology. They should be able to.
In theory. I mean... Oh, God, Derek McManus. Make the mushroom the captain. That was the other thing that pissed me off, was the mushroom drive, the spore drive. All of a sudden, I mean, we talked about this a little bit earlier, but with Book being able to suddenly run the spore drive, they can do it without Stamets.
Yeah, because he can communicate with.
Because feelings, right? That's what we discovered.
Yeah.
Just because he's so by that
training,
definition,
no whatever.
no training, no nothing.
Like Stamets at least had training. Like he had to physically navigate.
Right.
In season 1, you saw him like trying to physically navigate a bunch of, I don't know, universes or whatever. Now just stick your hand in and I guess think where you want to go and it takes you there.
I guess so. So, okay.
But guys, if you had to train to do something, then that means you would have to be good at something to do it. That bypasses the whole point of you shouldn't have to be good at anything to do it and do it well. This is all participation trophy territory.
Oh,
the
true.
only person that has to be good at everything is Michael Burnham.
Yeah.
That's true. Because she's good. She is good at everything. Mikey saves all.
You shouldn't have to train to do shit.
Yeah.
There is no training to become good at something.
Right.
You just do it because you can just do it. Just like these writers think they can write episodes of Star Trek. They don't need any, history of Star Trek. They don't need to watch the episodes. They don't need to learn anything to be good at writing good Trek. They can just do it. Just like Michael Burnham can do anything and do it excellent and be the bestest ever.
Ever. Yeah. Oh my God. Like it said in your thumbnail, it's like, oh shit. And I got Heels versus Babyface Az over there with the 19.99 super chat. This is the most embarrassing trash I ever saw with a Star Trek name. Oh my God.
Thank you so very much, brother, for that super chat. If I could skull you, I would, brother. There should be an Az skull.
I was gonna say there's an Az skull in here somewhere. Yeah, let me find it.
It's at the bottom.
It's at the
Scroll
bottom.
lower.
Okay.
You'll see his face.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. I'm still hunting, so you guys talk amongst yourselves. I'll play it in a second.
But he's right. You're right. As this is the most disgrace series ever put out. It's not Star Trek.
No.
This isn't Star Trek. Whatever the hell this is, it is not Star Trek.
Okay, I found the Az skull. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, here we go, guys. Skull.
God, I want to punch an old woman in the face.
Yes.
That's kind of how I felt after watching this episode.
Punch an old woman in the face.
Oh my God, you want to punch yourself in the face? Never mind.
And Psycho Dwarf 9 with a $5 super chat, where the story is made up and continuity doesn't matter. You know it. Oh my God. It's ridiculous. It's like Michelle Paradise just forgot everything she wrote before. It's like, oh, okay, great. We'll just put this in here, and more feelings in hallways, and everybody's so happy-go-lucky and perfect.
15,000 scenes of people crying in this goddamn finale.
Yep.
Even Osira had to give Michael Burnham props for things like you're smart, you're this, you're that.
Yeah.
Even Osira was giving her compliments.
But Osira, it wasn't sad to see Osira go. I mean, she just annoyed me to begin with. I guess that was her whole point, being the villain of the entire season. But
and also the second in command, the henchman that they put out on the ice, he bit the bullet, because
and then Booker had to go to remind him that his cat is not a fat cat.
That was it.
She's a queen.
Once he insulted the cat, and his time was up.
Yeah.
You insult the cat, and then he throws you out the turbo shaft, and then he says, "She's a queen,"
while bleeding profusely from the mouth.
Oh yeah. Bloody hell.
Yeah, it was pretty bloody hell. I mean, it was just outstanding.
Even the devil's going, nope, not today.
Not today. Nope. I'm honestly trying to remember everything that happened in this episode, and I'm having a hell of a time remembering it.
Well, they blew up Osiris's ship by dumping the warp core just before they went to Booker.
They were jumping.
Decided
if they were jumping, why did they have to blow open the ship?
It would just blow open the ship anyway.
Because it looked cool.
Originally, they're like, we've got to blow our way out of here. So she was going to jump the warp core to blow a hole. Because the entire Osiris ship is such a massive ship that it literally swallowed the entire Discovery inside its cargo bay. So Discovery needed to get out. So we're like, oh, okay, they're going to have to blow open a hole to get the Discovery out.
Yeah.
But then Michael's like, no, we're going to jump out.
Jump out. Yeah.
So you don't need a hole, which is fine. But they still dropped the warp core to create the hole that ended up destroying the entire ship.
Yeah.
So they jump away, of course, at the nick of time.
Yeah.
But they have no warp core now, so they really should have no power. Because the warp core still provides power. The jump drive doesn't provide power. I mean, they should have some minimal backup power, but not enough to...
Details, Bird. Details.
I was going to say, Bird, don't you still need the warp core for...
you need a warp core
drive?
For power.
Yeah,
for impulse, for anything. Anything that takes power. You have battery backups for like emergency situations, maybe a few minutes. But you can't enter a planet's atmosphere without the warp core, with no power reserves. somehow they make it all the way to the nebula, jump in, rescue the people.
In the nick of time.
And then presumably jump out and then have power to go and get a hero's welcome back at the Federation, all without a warp core.
Yeah, that's a good question, Eris. So what's CBS going to do when Picard stops financing STD? I don't know. We've got another season of Picard, don't we, guys?
They almost wrote this like it was their last season.
Yeah.
I know there's a fourth season coming.
Right.
But
yeah, it does seem like a finale.
It did feel that way,
clearly
didn't it?
rewrote these last few episodes because all these episodes used to have different names.
Yeah.
And they all got renamed in the last few weeks.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, this one used to be called Outside.
Okay.
But then it got changed. Now, Outside would have worked fine,
Yeah.
too, because Outside is what Sukal, the
kid.
Kelpian, kept being afraid of. He was afraid
Right.
of going outside or of talking about outside. So
Right.
that name would have worked fine. But they changed it to That Hope Is You Part 2, presumably because they got the guy from the first episode back. And, we got to see him. And they go, oh, Michael, you found your way home. And this really did feel like a series finale, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it
I think they wrote it that way to keep their options open.
In case it didn't get
in case
picked
they
up.
can't do a season 4.
Yeah.
One
Because
can
they
only
got
hope.
new uniforms
One can only
and
What was that, guys?
they finally got the new uniforms. Michael Burnham's captain.
We got like an epilogue,
Yeah.
So it's like, really? Are you going to do a season 4 after this?
And then they
Nothing
cued
is going to
the-
save it.
And then they cued to the TOS music, and
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
heartbreaking,
Pissed
wasn't it?
me off.
Oh, yeah. You were pissed, Dave Bob.
Well, first they ended it with a quote from Gene Roddenberry.
Right.
Something about if you can truly communicate with 2 people in your entire life, you're really lucky.
Yeah.
And then the original TOS music, but without the TOS ending pictures.
Yeah.
Just the black screen and the credits.
Yeah. Ugh. That
It
was,
felt like a
the
series
worst.
finale.
It kind of did. I was wondering that myself, but I've heard so many rumors of season 4 happening. So, I
Maybe
mean,
they'll rename the show.
Chris Purser says series finale, more like franchise finale.
guys, finale. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that. I was like, oh my God. Really? But if it was, I mean, if it was a finale, then we're blessed to not have to watch it, but we have to sit through a second season of Picard. But as even said earlier in the chat, and thanks, as they're having trouble insuring Patrick Stewart because of his age, and I wondered about that. And then also, as says, CBS announced season 4 only a few weeks ago. So that was, all that was probably in the can before COVID even hit. So, now they've got to start. Now they've got to start over, essentially, go back to filming. Of course, they've got to rewrite episodes, write episodes, but still.
Why would they have to do that? They haven't
I
wrote
know.
the code yet. So, I mean,
They're
why
trying-
start now?
I know we're not going to get a whole season of Discovery just delivering dilithium around the Federation.
Yeah, that's
so
not gonna
if they
be-
do a 4th season, there's probably going to be some type of time jump. And maybe a year, maybe 2, 6, who knows. And obviously there'll be some other big bad or something for the season that they have to do. Because, while they have a nice job now, it'd be boring to actually come back to week after
Yeah.
week.
How did they afford it, though? How does CBS afford another season of this and Picard when it's not selling anything? They aren't making any money off this shit. All they're doing is spending money. They're blowing money out of an airlock.
Yeah.
Maybe they're hoping on the theory too big to
Government
fail.
subsidies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they are getting a lot of government subsidies because of COVID-19. That's at least what I hear around the water cooler.
So
Anyway.
they're basically BBCing it.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Why wouldn't they? I mean, they're going to find the money somewhere.
Oh, they're all going to get bailout money, guaranteed.
Oh, yeah.
They better start touching the couch for the change.
Bets on CBS cooking the books right on Psychodorf 9.
You mean they haven't already done that? What?
Yeah, I know, right? They're doing it anyway.
Those books are burnt. Never mind freaking cooked.
I mean, I don't understand how
I don't understand how they're affording
this.
Went off a couple of years ago. Shit.
They've got to be getting the money from CBS All Access from the subscription service.
And they probably have a few money marks,
Yeah.
namely politicians.
Well,
Yeah, they got the lobby.
They're actually going to close down CBS All Access and call it something else, aren't they?
I had heard that rumor too, Dave Bob.
Yeah, it's being rebranded Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus. That's what I heard. Yeah. I think it was you, Bird, that said that earlier.
Yeah, it's out there. The news is out there.
Okay.
So they're stealing the Disney Plus idea and going to make it Paramount Plus. So we're going to have 2 Plus services.
Well, all the new ones are pluses.
Yeah, it's a Peacock Plus for NBC and,
HBO Plus.
HBO Max. Yeah. And it's going to be HBO Plus. They're renaming that too, I heard. So I don't know. I don't know where they're getting the money for this series, where they're getting the money to pay everybody. I have no clue.
Discovery Plus just launched.
Oh, that's
For
right.
the Discovery
Plus,
Channel.
For the Discovery Channel. Yeah. That launched a couple of days ago, didn't it? But it was corporations cooking the books. Okay.
You also have to remember. You also have to remember that one of their financial, I guess, backbones is not necessarily the fact that, they get subscribers or viewers, but the Canadian channels are paying through the goddamn ass for Picard and Discovery.
Are you really?
Yeah, they're paying through the damn ass.
Holy crap.
I would be pissed.
So,
I would be seriously pissed.
Like because up here it's on the Siffy channel, right?
Oh, okay.
So they get the network pays CBS to air it up here, which is why we can't get it on CBS Access because it's on the TV up here, which is why most people in Canada don't get to watch this till tomorrow.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Right?
I wondered about that.
So the networks up here are paying through the goddamn ass to have those shows on.
Oh,
like
yeah.
multi-billion-dollar deal here.
Oh, yeah.
For both Picard and Discovery.
Aren't they doing, isn't CBS
And then
All
you got
Access
to
doing
think
the
about
same
what they're
thing?
doing overseas too.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the BBC. So I was wondering,
they found money marks. They don't need fans. They just need to make sure. It's the same thing as WWE has done. WWE doesn't need fans to buy pay-per-views. Between the Fox deal and the USA deal, they don't care. They really don't care. Ratings don't matter anymore. Ratings don't matter, period. The TV deals do.
Yes.
And right now, like Vince McMahon sits back and laughs. He can put out shit every day of the week, and it doesn't matter because he's got Saudi Arabia to fall back on, which he did a 10-year deal with, which they pay. They pay an exorbitant amount of money for 2 shows a year.
Yeah.
And then USA and Fox bent over and paid him a whole shit ton of money for Raw and SmackDown. He doesn't need ratings.
Right.
They don't give a
He's
shit.
got the
Ratings
TV
don't
deals.
matter. Ratings do not matter anymore.
The Trinoculus P is answering Chris Persia here. He says, George Carlin's observation comes to mind. It's a big club and you ain't in it.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing the franchise deals.
Yeah.
Where they're selling the franchises to either smaller channels or larger cable channels like Sci-Fi
Yeah.
to run the shows. And Chris Perja said it airs tonight on Sci-Fi for you guys up in Canada.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just the franchise rights alone will make us millions of dollars.
Yeah. It's
So-
the WWE. It's really sad to say, but it's the WWE business model.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like.
It's
That's what
been
it sounds like from
WWE
what you
business
described.
model for a long time.
Yeah.
Ever since the network went live.
Oh, that's right, because they've got their own network.
Yeah.
I completely forgot. Yeah, see, I don't watch wrestling.
Yeah. I just find it funny that all these other companies are following suit and pulling a Vince McMahon, because that's exactly what it's his business model.
Yeah. So that's where they're getting the money to do a season 4 of Star Trek Discovery.
Yep.
Sounds like the 80s again with all the corporate raiders.
Yeah. All that money and cocaine. Whew. The 80s were the time, man. So anyway, anything else we've got to say about this god-awful episode?
Thank God it's over.
Yeah, it's the end of the season. We have the Expanse to look forward to. What else is coming down the stream, guys, that we can look forward to?
This has got to be. This is the worst Trek there ever has been.
Yeah.
And it needs to be
I
called
don't
up.
know. I think Picard did more damage than Discovery.
Don't tell
I
him you're
disagree on that.
Tell that to rambling.
Oh God,
I
we're gonna
prefer
start a
Picard
war.
over this crap.
I unfortunately I have to agree with Canuck. I would rather watch the first season of Picard than watch this shit ever again.
Oh my
Rather
God.
watch is different than did more damage.
True.
Yeah, true.
True.
As an established character in Star Trek, what they did with Picard was destroy TNG.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they destroyed 709's character. Her whole arc has just been blown up.
That was painful to watch, to say the least. We've got Dirkhoon here with a €10 super chat. Thanks everyone here, the panel in the chat, for helping me get through this season. At some points, it could have gotten me to literal depression. When I call this therapy, I mean it. Now on to better things. Yes, it's called The Expanse, Dirkhoon.
And Cobra Kai. We're gonna talk.
And Cobra Kai, that's right.
We're gonna.
Okay, who's gonna give their ratings on this piece of trash?
Oh, I don't know if I could.
As far as the season goes, this is it's to me, this season's just as bad as the previous two. I
Really?
don't know if it's. I don't know. One was really bad for me because I pretty much stopped watching Star Trek until I went to do the review of this season. I stopped watching Discovery at episode 4 of season 1. I went back and watched them all before this season because I wanted to review this season, but it made me stop watching Star Trek. I had hope for Picard, and that completely was a trap door. So it's bad. What else can you say but bad? It's not Star Trek. It's bad sci-fi. It's bad writing. It's not Trek. It's some bastardized, ugly uncle that wants you to come into a room with him.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's definitely nothing that even resembles Star Trek. There's no spirit in it. it's all, feelings and whatnot. There's no hardcore edge, to the science fiction. It's just all pew pew and feelings and hallways.
And there's no messages.
Oh, there was a message all right at the end of this fucking episode.
Yeah, it was garbage.
When they put up Gene's word, and then they played that music. How fucking dare you? How fucking dare you, CBS?
That was painful.
Amen.
That was painful. Yeah. That was a slap in the face to pretty much every Star Trek fan, I think, on the planet.
And they know it. They fucking know it.
Mm-hmm.
Gene and DC Fontana are turning in their fucking graves right now.
Yep.
That is the father and the mother of Star Trek. And they'd be turning in their fucking graves to see what you've done with it.
Yeah.
Don't you dare quote them.
Well, what it makes matters worse that Eugene Roddenberry Jr. is on the production staff of this.
Oh, well, he wants a paycheck.
Oh, I know. He's not getting
bastard
enough
wants
money
money.
from his dad's legacy.
Same
You
way
know.
with Jonathan Frakes. He's in it for the paycheck.
Well, I don't know why. His wife's working right now. She can pull the weight around there.
Jonathan Frakes wanted to be a director.
Yeah.
Since he started acting, he wanted to be a director. He wanted to be behind the camera. And he one of the things he did while he was in TNG was use that as an opportunity to get behind the camera.
Right.
And Star Trek gave him that opportunity. So if CBS is like, hey, come on and direct an episode, and that's the only work he's getting,
Yeah.
take it.
Yeah.
Project Storytime says, preach it, Stone Cold Ghost Loki.
Shit.
I just saw that too.
And I don't know how much juice I've got left. I know I'm under 10%. But hell,
Okay.
Be proud of what you're doing at least. This is nothing to be proud of. This is shit. It's all shit. We all knew Michael was going to get the captain's chair from the very beginning.
We said that from the beginning.
Yeah, Saru's going to fucking go down. He's out. Something's going to happen to Saru in the middle of all this shit.
Yeah.
He's out. He's out. He's off with Simple Jack on his planet doing God knows what.
Yep. So who knows if he'll even be back for season 4 as a crew member. He's going to stay on the Kelpian planet. Go home, essentially.
And look up at the stars and call the big one and the little one mommy and daddy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but this is to every single awkward child out there, to every single child with disabilities. This is a fucking slap in the face.
Mm-hmm.
This what they did with this kid and this guy and him living in the holodeck and him putting his hands up by his ears. This is all fucking. It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's all a cover to keep their own inadequacies from showing.
Yeah.
This in no way, shape, or form honors anyone with a disability.
No. Not at all. Or anyone with gender identity issues or...
They are pandering in the worst fucking possible way.
Yeah.
In the worst possible way. And if anyone out there thinks that the LGBTQ community is all fucking behind this, no. It's the people that pander for them. It's the people that, you should be understanding. You should be this. They're the only ones celebrating this. The LGBT community, 99% of them fucking hate this shit. They don't want this.
Mm-hmm.
Because all it does is cause issues for them.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
You're not there. No one's helping the situation.
Nope. So, guys, what do you want to give this? Do you want to do a whole season worth of ratings, guys?
Oh, if I had to give this a season, the whole rating for the season, it'd be a 2. This episode is a 1.
Yeah.
At best.
At best, yes. Indeed. I agree.
Well, for once, I have to disagree with an admiral. Normally on History with R&R, I have to agree with an admiral a lot. But on this episode, I have to disagree with an admiral. It is bad for shit.
I'll have to say 1 for the season, 0 for this episode.
Really?
Yeah, I think I'll go with Dave Bob on that one.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I don't know what the hell I just spent a few weeks watching. I honestly don't.
The inside of
I'm
that
giving-
ship was just so stupid. I mean, so massive. It's, Galaxy class cruisers are not a tenth of the size of the inside of Discovery.
Yeah. I think you could have the way they showed the scale, you could have put Enterprise D in there. That's the way it felt. At least the saucer section, anyway.
I give this episode a 2, in the season a 3.
Okay.
Just feeling realistically. But I also am going to readjust Unification Part 3 down to a 1, because I think that was the low point of the season.
Okay. I need to go back and rewatch it because I can't even remember.
It's the episode where Tilly becomes first officer.
First officer. Okay.
And the whole Romulans Navarre thing.
Oh God.
And
Spock. It had Spock in it.
Oh geez.
That another slap in the face. Another fucking slap in the face using Leonard Nimoy for this shit.
Yep.
Not only that, but just totally crapping on, what he did as the ambassador, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't get the job done. Michael Burnham's got to come in and do it for Spock.
Yeah.
Spock couldn't do it because you weren't there, Michael.
Oh my God. Meanwhile, Spock is the most experienced, ambassador the Federation ever had beside his father.
Yeah, Sarek and Spock couldn't do it, but you sure fucking can, Michael.
Oh yeah. We're killing it over there, kiddo. So guys, I guess that's it for Star Trek Discovery.
Thank you, everyone. Seriously. The people that have watched this with us in chat, the people that have kept us up with this each week, the people that have just come in and listened, the panel, all of you, thank you so very much.
Anytime, brother.
Thank
Anytime.
you.
I owe all of you a big one. I know Canuck's going to call that favor in and make me watch Picard. Bird, you need anything, I'm there for you, brother. I know you would have watched this anyway, but thank you. I appreciate it, Dave Bob.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me on here.
Absolutely.
We gotta watch something good together, guys. This panel has to come together and watch a Star Trek movie. Maybe next month we'll do like Wrath of Khan or something for the watch party, and I would love to have each of you on to do that. I know we're gonna do Spaceballs this month, but maybe we'll do a Star Trek movie next month or Galaxy Quest even.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And
that would be awesome.
Yes. And I would love to have all of y'all on there if y'all want to do that. Well, us get back together. This panel get back together and watch something fucking good instead of.
Sounds good, Loki.
Sounds like a plan. Okay, boss, you got to lead everybody out.
Thank you so much again. Thank you, everybody. Bird. If any of you have anything going on, please plug it, and we'll get out of here.
Okay, Rambling Canuck, what do you got going on?
Next week, the History with R&R will drop the new radio show, and it's going to be big. We're going to start off the year big. I'll make this quick. Basically, the cast will be Deej Odyssey, Loki, The Real Review 3000, Chris Knight, Purple Valkyrie, and Mexican Iron Man.
Oh, Mexican Iron Man. Awesome. Bird, what do you got going on?
Well, I did my more in-depth review of this episode.
Okay.
An hour long, went through everything. It's out. And then tomorrow, we'll be doing my normal live stream around 5 p.m. Eastern. Bed Life. If anybody wants to hang out, we'll talk track, talk about what's going on in the rest of the world and whatnot.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, chat, for putting up with all this crap. And tomorrow, Loki's Mornings of Mischief. 8 a.m. Central. Don't forget. We'll see you then, guys.
Cobra Kai. Never
Cobra
die.
Kai.
Expanse.
And Expanse. That's on the Valkyries channel, though, guys. So we will see you later. I will leave you with a little Kratos on behalf of the boss. So bye, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you. Goodbye, everybody.
Blah.
Bye. Goodbye.
Bye.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.